Yes, I'm Marja-Liisa Seppälä from the National Library of Finland, and I'm going to tell you about mapping from RDA to BIBFRAME I made last year. And I mapped over 1,200 elements of official RDA to official BIBFRAME properties. The mapping includes almost all the elements of RDA VEMI entities and also some elements of RDA nomen entity, even though the nomen entity doesn't exist in BIBFRAME. But some elements of nomen are useful as administrative metadata and also match to equivalent properties in BIBFRAME and also in Mark 21. You can see the mapping spreadsheet behind that link. It's in English. It has 3 axes and it's possible to make comments. I have also consulted mapping of University of Washington. It has been of great help, but of course it's missing some important parts that exist in our mapping to Finnish BIBFRAME version, and also these matching relationships by scores that we used when we relate RDA elements to BIBFRAME. We have a broad match. That means that RDA element is more precise than BIBFRAME, and narrow match, of course, means that it's less precise. And close match means that RDA element is semantically close to BIBFRAME property, and exact match means that RDA element is equivalent to BIBFRAME property. And here are some numbers. Of course, most of the matches are broad matches. Over 70% of RDA elements are more precise than BIBFRAME parallel elements. There are also some narrow matches, close matches, exact matches, and also no matches. So it's not ideal result, but not hopeless. I think that when I map these elements, that there are some good findings. In BIBFRAME, there are these specific class for administrative metadata. In RDA, I think this metadata work is a very difficult concept, and I would prefer to use these RDA-based elements in this BIBFRAME class of administrative metadata. I think it's more clear than this metadata work concept. Also, some BIBFRAME properties are more precise than parallel RDA elements. For example, RDA elements location of item is related to BIBFRAME properties, physical location and electronic location. So something is more precise in BIBFRAME too. There are also some bad news. Some essential RDA elements don't match to any property of BIBFRAME. For example, access points can't be found in BIBFRAME. So we have been forced to create RDA-based elements in our Finnish BIBFRAME version. There are also too many RDA elements that has to be mapped to very general BIBFRAME property nodes. And for them, we have been created this vocabulary of different node types based on RDA. So some adjustments needs to be made to be able to combine RDA-based specification with BIBFRAME data model. In broad match cases, we have been able to create more specific terms based on RDA elements. And for example, this element of contribution is very general in BIBFRAME, but we can use these more specific elements as term, and we have this Finnish metadata vocabulary that we can put these terms into. The aim of Finnish BIBFRAME version is to enable RDA-based cataloging with BIBFRAME-based data model, and that's why this mapping has been very useful, and it tries to support this aim. We still have some work to do with these broad match cases, especially with RDA elements of diachronic work and aggregate. These concepts are missing in BIBFRAME, and so we need to have some kind of solution with them. Mapping has been laborious because of the differences in the structures of data models of RDA and BIBFRAME. RDA has only a few classes, lots of properties. It's flexible, easy to enhance with new properties, but it's a huge amount of properties. BIBFRAME is more economical with only a few properties that can be used with many classes, but there are so many classes and this complex hierarchy of classes, and I'm afraid that BIBFRAME is not that flexible data model as RDA is. We are still hoping that some international organizations will create more authorized mapping from official RDA to official BIBFRAME. But meanwhile, please take advantage of our work. There is this link again to this spreadsheet, and it has free access. Thank you. This is all from me.